Welcome friends back to the world of Eve, in which I have way too much stuff and I am going to go around and collect everything up in a nice chill stream. So, where am I currently? Oh, I'm at Jita. Okay, so what have I got in Jita? I've got a Veleta there, don't really care about that. Perimeter is where I tend to store a lot of my abyssal stuff, so I'm going to leave that there. Now, the next closest is Lilican, which has got a Veleta. I think I might go there and just trash that because that's just going to annoy me. So let's head there first of all. Actually, I should just check what I've actually got in my... I should be, hopefully. I didn't even check what I was in. This is so chill. So chill. I am... Oh yes, I was going to take this back to Oipo at some point, so I must do that. Okay, let's head off first of all and start getting rid of some of these Veletas, because they are just taking up space in my list of things that I don't need. Some grapes here for a nice healthy snack, and we're just going to drift around the universe. Or a stringy bit on that grape. When I'm docked, I think I might change some of the settings and perhaps put the music a bit higher up in the mix for this evening's stream, I think. We're nearly there, the first stop. How far away is it, Oipo? 8 jumps. I might go and do that and just pop those 0-point capsules at Oipo, just in case I get ganked. It has happened before. Okay, let's dock. And whilst we're docking, settings. Doesn't seem to have increased the sound of the music. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I don't know.
Docking permission requested.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Request accepted.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is let's get rid of, let's strip that, yes. Nothing worth keeping, and then I'm just going to trash that. Yes, I do. In fact, I don't think any of these are they? Can I make anything if I... Oh, like 4 ISK, well, very worth it, okay. And I don't think that these, I don't think these will make me anything if I try and reprocess them. No. Okay, I'm just going to sell that. 13 whole ISK. Price well below. Yeah, I don't really care. And trash that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to head to Arepo. And when I do that, I'm going to check. So I passed through Alornia, which has got, oh, absolutely, that's got a bunch of stuff actually, including my mining, because I think I must have been doing some mining around Alornia, and some various bits and pieces. So that's actually quite useful. So I'm going to do that, and head out there. There are some things a couple of jumps away, but I think I'm going to leave those for the moment and just head out this way. There we go.
Warp drive active.
Let's try and put a bit of, oh, there we go, finally. Finally got there in the end.
Warp drive active.
I wonder if the miner will fit in mine areas. Maybe not. I might have to go back and board that separately and then take it there. But at least I can take the bits and pieces.
Warp drive active.
Everything was getting a bit chaotic with things all over the place, so I think it's a good idea just to gather everything up. There's probably a few bits and pieces that I don't really need anymore, and probably try and sell those for a few bits of ISK. How am I doing? Not too badly. the last time I was streaming, I didn't want to risk going and getting my planetary industry from the low-sec site, which I think was a good call, because when I went back there earlier today, I wasn't streaming, there was nobody about, so it was a lot safer, and it meant I could easily get in and out, didn't need to worry, and I made about 8 million ISK. So that was quite a nice surprise. I don't think I really realised the difference that high and low sec would make to planetary industry. I also have a factory in high sec, and that only made about 2 million over the same period. So yes, low sec is definitely the way to go. I think somewhere, again, one of the things that I need to find, I've got another I'm not sure what they're called now, but another one of the buildings which allows you to start the planetary industry. So I will probably try and find another low sec place, maybe near Oipo. Although I know that because that's kind of like my home, like my home system, and it's where my corporation are based. We've got a few people who are trying to like push it into our home system, so I don't know how advisable it would be to try and get a factory in one of the low sec systems near it, purely because I know that's where some people are pushing in are coming from, so I would be very much a target. Let's see, maybe I often go to Amar quite a bit, but as you can see from here at this point, Amar is about 48 jumps, so I would probably have to do that planetary industry on like a week cycle rather than a day or a 2-day cycle, just because I wouldn't be able to get there on a regular basis. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Why did I bring that up again? Okay, so we've got some minerals. Let's take those. Oh, we're already full. Okay, so maybe I won't take those. I think maybe we'll take these and those and those and can I pop that into there? No. I think I'm going to make this into a couple of journeys. So we'll take what I can, head to Oipo, go and pop the stuff in Oipo, maybe take a Corvette back to Elonia, and then at least pick up the Ventura Minor, and I should be able to take some of the minerals as well. I think that might be the best option. Yeah, let's do that. I've got a feeling I'm not going to be able to gather everything up in this stream, so I think this is going to take a couple of streams, but that's okay. Sometimes it's good to have a nice chill stream, just flying around, hopefully not getting gagged by anybody, and just reorganising your life. emails. Command center. That was the word I was looking for. Command center was something in one of the videos I was watching that they suggested you should really get up to level 4 for planetary industry. So I'm about 10 hours out of that. So by the time I get to look at this tomorrow, that should be done. My next one is tactical shield manipulation. 3 days, and then shield management. I kind of want to do that, but I have no patience. So I may swap some of those for something to give me a little bit of instant gratification. Okay, we're in Oripo. I actually don't want to go there. I want to go there instead. So.
Warp drive active.
Somebody in my corpse there. These people with excellent standing.
Docking request accepted.
Okay. So the 0 point condensator, I'm hoping to get enough of to do some industry here, but I need a lot more. So let's go, and that is a full cargo build. Let's go and pop those in there. As you can see, I need to clean this up, but I think that's going to be the second part. Actually, whilst I'm here, I should see if I've got anything that's being built, because I think I was doing some research, not in research, improvement, maybe on Hobgoblin. Yes, there was. Oh no, I was doing turn runs. Yeah, time efficiency research. Excellent. I think now I am at max on the... Am I? I can copy that. I think I'm at max. Oh, there are 20 and I'm at 10 on there. So that's like the most I can do. I'm kind of tempted to create a copy, maybe sell. How long would that take? A copy. 3 minutes. Wonder how much they sell for. Can you sell them, or are they contracted? Let's have a look. Hobgoblin 1. No buyers though. That's a bit rubbish. Only let's have a look in contracts. All regions. Want to buy. Blueprint copy. Oops, apparently I can't spell. Hobgoblin. No more, you want. Contract contains. No, I want to. No, that's someone to buy. I don't want to sell. Okay, those are no good. So possibly not worth doing that. But I might sell the hobgoblins though, so I think what I will do is manufacturing. And I will do a run of, that's not bad, 20 hobgoblins. Could probably sell those. Awesome. And I don't think it will let me do a will it? That's going to take 35 days. Wow, that is not what I was 8 days. 29 days at max. Okay, I guess I might do that. Since it looks like I've now got myself to the point where I can manufacture and still do the research on the blueprint, so that's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so I was going to switch to this and head back to Alonia and see if I can bring back the rest of the minerals.
Warp drive active.
It goes are tasty, but the skin on them is really quite stringy.
Active.
One more jump
Warp drive active.
and then we're nearly. I wonder why it was taking so long, and then I realised I'm in my Corvette. So slow. I don't want to tip my head up. I could end up in room, but to shampoo it. I was in the shower this morning. Well, I say this morning, it was not one of those days, it was the afternoon. But at least I did it. So I count that as a win.
Request accepted.
Right. Back in here. So I'm going to make my... Okay, session change in progress. Alright. Okay, love. Right. And I'm going to pop this in the ball hold. Damn, it doesn't quite fit. That's annoying. That is annoying. Gonna have to do it then, in a couple of goes. What is there at Nonny? Oh, okay. I might go and pick that up. Can I fit a calm filament in here? That's the point. Yes, I should be able to fit that in there. Yeah. Okay, let's go and do that. Go to Nonny, which I know I'm looping back on myself and I should have done that on the way here, but there we go. Can't be helped.
Warp drive active.
All the looping back on myself, all the more reason that I'm doing this now. I think I just got into a really bad habit of just dumping stuff wherever I went, which wasn't great. Oh, I still have a whole load of items to redeem. I'm sure some of these must be going now. Please simply booster. I don't really know what these synth blue boosters do. Better performance. Oh, okay, just makes you quicker, I think. Wish I could sell some of these, because I'm not really at the stage where I'm using them, but I can't.
Docking request accepted.
Right, what was it that we had in here? Oh yes, it was a filament. Oh, comb gamma one. Right, excellent. So we're going to head back to here. I know we go through Elonia, but I can't pick anything up from there. So much toing and throwing.
Warp drive active.
when I'm bimbling about an eve, I like to sometimes do other things. One of the things I have been doing is doing a little bit of reading. I'm not going to do that today, obviously. I've been reading some of, I think it's Garth Nix's short stories. I love his Old Kingdom, Sabriel and the Charlton Magic and the Bells. He's really very good at the short stories though. He really draws you in and makes you want to know more about the world so quickly. Some of them were a little bit hidden. A couple of them were a bit hit and miss for me, but most of them were pretty good. I don't know if that comes because he's used to writing books for children and young people, so they tend to be shorter anyway. But that's been sort of like a great thing to do whilst I bimble about doing stuff like this, and where I'm not really needing to not necessarily pay attention, but if I'm doing a lot of high sec toing and froing, and it's fairly safe in Eve terms as much as anything is. I have got some crochet which I may continue, which is looking like this at the moment. It's going to be a big blanket, perfect for the winter.
Warp drive active.
I don't know why I've been finding Eve easier to do things like crocheting and
Docking
reading along to. I don't know whether it's because I don't need to focus on, like, say, the reading for like a long period of time, but I can do it for a short period of time, because I think noticeably during the pandemic my attention span has got a lot shorter. Now I'm going to pop this into my Nereus because eventually I want to take that back to Perimeter, so I shall do that. Right, let's go and pop all this in here and then head back to them again, which is a pain and a half, but can't be helped. But hopefully that will be the last trip there. I think the same is true for mining, in that it's something that I can do, and I can do something else for a short period of time, and then that means I can keep my attention over a longer period because I'm having little breaks. It's a bit like, almost like the Pomodoro method, which, if you're not familiar with the Pomodoro method, the idea is that it's for use in study or work, that you study for a set period of time and then you have a short break, and you do that, I think it's 4 times, and at the end of the 4th period you can take a longer break. So you might work for say 15 minutes and then have a 2-minute break, or actually I think it would probably be something, or say 25, let's say 25 minutes and then a 5-minute break, and then you might do that 4 times, and then you've basically done an hour, and then you would take, say, a 20-minute break. So like the 5-minute break is just to get up, stretch, have a drink, maybe nip to the toilet if you need the toilet, and then the 20-minute break is more one for actually going and getting away from the desk and resting your eyes. Perhaps you might go and get a snack or a drink in that time. And pre-pandemic, that was something that worked quite well for me. I tend to work in a job where it's either very quiet or it's very focused, and when it's the times when it's very focused, it can be useful to have those short breaks just to reset myself, make sure I'm not getting too stiff by sitting in one position. and because a lot of it is like quite, can be quite mentally focused, just having a few minutes means sometimes I can think maybe slightly outside the box, or just refocus myself. During the pandemic, I kind of got out of the habit of doing that, but possibly because I think I've been finding that 25 minutes can be sometimes really quite long to focus on things. That's obviously something I've got to work on. Right, let's pop this in the ore hold. Come on. Yay. And then a renter isn't on the way, is it? No. Oh, and also this is not my Nereus, so it doesn't have any space to pick up anything anyway. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to turn my heater down slightly. So yes, I was saying I've kind of been using Eve a little bit like the Pomodoro method, where I've previously been able to do things like read for long periods of time, but during the pandemic I just haven't been able to focus. So it's been kind of like good to like almost give myself permission to like read for a couple of minutes and then do something else and then go back to it, and the short stories are absolutely perfect for that. I think possibly I've also been having problems reading because I've been picking books that are slightly out of my comfort zone, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's good to stretch yourself. This is grape bread. I'm not sure that grape's okay. Yeah, I think it's good to stretch yourself, but it does also mean that sometimes I've picked books which haven't necessarily been my cup of tea, and some I've liked well enough, but they're not ones I would ever go back to, and some that I haven't enjoyed at all and have struggled through them. And I am very much of the opinion that if you're struggling through a book, you don't need to finish it. You can just put it down. But I don't know. Some of them, I was reading one called Winter's Visitor, which I saw on, I think I saw it on TikTok. People were raving about it, how great it was. Honestly, I do not get the hype. I thought it was a terrible book. There's so much violence towards women, which I am just, well, in particular the main character, which I don't need to read that anymore. Don't want to, don't need to, won't again. And even though I knew it was like part of I think it's a trilogy, it didn't leave me in the position that I wanted to read more of them. I definitely wasn't left wanting more. I didn't really care about any of the characters. I didn't understand the hype. I don't know whether it's because it was a translation thing, because the novel was originally in French. Didn't get that one. Didn't get it. The last... Ooh, where are we? Let's go and remove those from the hold and switch back to my Nereus. Oh, so much stuff in here. Yeah. Okay. Where am I going to go next? Oh, why have I gone for the fits? I don't need that. Right, we're in a repo. Oh, I've still got that in there. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that now. That's got an awful lot of stuff there. let's go and pick some of that up. The book that I was reading before then was The Priory of the Orange Tree, which again was another book that was like, oh, I've gone wrong.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Which again was another book that was, it had a lot of hype on TikTok. It didn't help. When I got it from the library, it was the hardback version. The hardback version was about the size of my head. It was huge. It was so huge and it was so heavy.
Warp drive
I struggled to read it physically. I had to renew it so many times at the library that they made me actually come in, and I dragged the book there. Did I take the book? I didn't take the book. Yeah, I dragged the book there so that they could let me renew it in person because I had exceeded the amount of time allowed to renew it online. I mean, it was okay. I thought the story was interesting. I kind of felt I was left wanting more, and not necessarily in a good way. I saw a lot of things about the fact that there was a lot of LGBT representation, which I suppose there was, but none of them ended up in happy relationships together. Nobody mentioned that on TikTok. And I felt it was kind of unnecessarily long. I only really cared about one character, and they killed that character off. I kept thinking, oh no, maybe they are still alive. No, they're still definitely dead. Which is a bit of a bummer. Why are so many people coming? Hello? Calling on stream, I'm brave. Oh. Yes, I guess I am brave. Oh my gosh. CCP is raiding with a party. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I've only been streaming for. It's only like the second Eve stream that I've been doing, but welcome everybody.
Warp drive active.
She's in Brave. Yes, Brave. Friendly Eve hug. Thank you, ISD Halak. I can't even say thank you to everyone who's followed so far. Am I brave? Am I brave or crazy, stupid? Probably all of the above. Wow, thank you so much. I'm slightly gobsmacked. I was just sitting here chatting all about the books I was reading and nothing to do with Eve at all. When I say hauling, I'm actually just hauling all my stuff from the various places that I have secreted it all around. And I'm just trying to Marie Kondo my life.
Active.
There's a fine line between brave and stupid, Ricio, Typho. Yes, there is a fine line. I'm not sure which side of that line I have crossed. Let's go for brave. Or not. Gosh, I want to say thank you to everyone who's followed, but there's too many of you. I've just seen Anony Mustard, Jenna Mercy, and Vision 08. There's literally too many people.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Thank you everybody for following. I am. Hauling, all my stuff is ended poorly for many a hauling. Yes, you've got brave explanations. I know. Yeah, it has ended poorly for many a haul. To be fair, hauling other people's stuff has also ended poorly for me as well. So we'll see. I don't really have a great deal of exciting stuff. I don't even know what half of this stuff is. It's just been sat in my thing for a while. So we're going to head back. Drug hauling. I know. I feel terrible about it. But not apparently terribly enough not to do it. I don't know what that says about me. Jim Ice Cream says I'm going around consolidating my assets. Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing. I have got stuff in about, as you can see here, I don't know, 15, 20 different stations, and most of it is rubbish, I'll be honest, but I just thought it was a good time to try and put it all together. Doesn't look too bad. No, I suppose not. It's just kind of annoying, and I don't really, and it's more that I'm not sure what I have, so I thought I'll consolidate it all, perhaps sell stuff that I don't need, try and make some of that sweet is, because I've literally got nothing. Jim Ice Cream says I should have done that when I first started playing. Now I've got stuff spread over. Yeah, that was exactly what I did. I've been playing this for about I want to say 2 months, and I basically just started offloading stuff everywhere. Now I really regret it. How many exotic dancers are among my assets? And I mustard says, I don't know. I think I may have sold them all, which sounds terrible. Let me have a look. None! Oh, I'm sorry. None at all. And no magic mics in my inventory today.
Drive active.
Okay, some dancers, they're categorised as livestock. That's terrible. Dancers have rights too. They're people too. Amalio Second says, welcome to New Eden. Thank you very much for the welcome. Have I always streamed your games? No, this is only the second time that I have streamed Eve. The first time I was doing a little bit of Abyssal. I was doing some Abyssal filaments the first time. And contemplating picking up some of my planetary industry, but I've got one in low sec, and there were a lot of people about, so I decided against that. So I decided to do that off stream because I didn't want to lose everything. Thank you Farwing for the follow. Thank you Sidewinder Spirit Boy for the follow. Thank you Nitugo for the follow. Thank you everyone that I haven't been able to keep up with for the follows. Daystar says, hoarding, it isn't much, but it's honest work. Well, most of the time it's honest. Anonymous said, streaming Eve can be tricky, I guess. Yeah, it can. At the moment, I feel okay doing this because I'm pretty much almost in high sec, and I don't think I would have anything in low sec, and I probably would. At my stage in my Eve career, think long and hard about streaming in low sec, because I think that would be the very fastest way to lose everything. Thank you for the follow, Soil.
Docking request
That's very kind of you. Welcome to everyone. I should really have asked what you were watching before you raided into me. Varag 101 says I should join a wormhole group. That's where the fun is. I have had one go at wormhole, and it was interesting because I didn't find anything. But apparently that is normal to not find anything, which I don't think I really realised. Because I sort of got in there and there was nothing, and I was like, oh, what do I do? So that's something definitely I will be looking into. I have joined a corporation, so I know what they do wormholing groups, so that's probably something I will do in the future. GM Ice Cream says we're watching ISD Thalak practicing with his new mouse for some fancy camera working game. Very nice. I don't even have a mouse. I'm using my laptop, which is not the most ideal way to play, but there we go. Wormholing is hit and miss. So I've been told that it is hit and miss, so that's probably something I need to look into and perhaps have another go again now that I've got a little bit more experience in Eve. No mouse, I know. No mouse, just using my the touchpad. I don't actually have a mouse on this laptop, so it is what it is. Come join our corp. The corp I'm in has actually been really good, so I'm probably not looking to move out of there at the moment. But tell me a bit about your. Tell me a bit about your corp. ELGNID nurse. What do you like about your corp? Okay, where am I going to go? Oh, I keep fitting. I don't mean to do that. Okay, so the next place I think I want to head is possibly out here where I've got. Nope. Some minerals out there. Okay, let's. And I can head back there and trash that because I don't want that anymore.
Warp drive active.
Ultra Nightmare difficulty mode activated with no mouse, yeah. Grab some cheese to get one. So trackpad, yeah. Yes, GM Ice Cream, yeah, using a trackpad, which is not, it isn't ideal, especially as this is an older laptop, and I can already feel it's starting to go. But I've become so used to not using a mouse. It's mostly because in my day job I use command line interface, so I don't really tend to need a mouse, so I don't have one. Suboptimal. Suboptimal probably describes me to a T, so that seems to be. I'm fine with that. I wouldn't mind a second screen though. Don't need a mouse, just F1 all day. It will warm your co-worker's heart, so I'm glad to hear that. Chris's present idea tonight, guys, probably like a gaming PC would be a good idea, but we're looking at 8-bit graphics that old? Not that old. You can run it. I also find the trackpad is easier on my hands and wrists as well. Being a lady of a certain age, I'm always quite aware of like trying not to develop carpal tunnel syndrome from too much mouse usage. Although I do have a mouse mat here, but no mouse. So, tell me, how long have some of you been playing? Oh, come on, a certain age. Yeah. Sadly, yes, I am. I don't even want to think about how old I am, but let's just say I am dangerous remark. I know. But let's just say I'm the average E player probably has 3 monitors. Yeah, that would be nice. Would I want 3 monitors? Possibly. I wish I did have a second one. It tends to attract people who like their tech. Yeah, that's fair, and that's kind of what got me into it. As a former co-worker said, "Oh, I'm surprised you don't play Eve. It just seems like right up your street." I'm like, "Eve, what was that?" It tends people. Past 40, she ain't. Oh, I am past 40, I'm afraid. I wish I wasn't. No, I don't wish I wasn't. I'm quite happy being how old. I'm quite happy being my age. I'm. Let's just say I'm closer to 50 than 40. I just. Good lighting. Good moisturising. But yeah, certainly a lot of the people I've kind of like met, they either tend to be on the younger side and perhaps don't tend to stay in Eve very long, or have been playing Eve for like 15 years, so do tend to be kind of my age, which is cool.
Warp drive active.
I was getting 35. Oh, sadly my joints are definitely not 35. I think they wish that I was still 35. Oh. You've been on and off Eve since 06. Wow, you've got a lot of experience in the game then. When you say on and off, do you kind of tend to like play it? Most of us vets have breaks over the years. Yeah, I can imagine that. The game that I usually play is Destiny, which obviously hasn't been going as long as Eve, but I do tend to have like periods when I play like quite a lot, particularly when there's like the new what they now call new seasons, but when new releases are out and there's like a lot more things to do, and then perhaps as time goes on, drop out and then perhaps pick up something else. It's good to have a break, right? It's good to, you know, do something else and then come back with like reinvigorated, fresh love for a game. Creative, leave your assets in NPC stations when taking a break. That is a great tip. I've realised that the ones which are player run obviously could stand the chance of being destroyed or being overtaken and your stuff going. At the moment I'm putting it into where my corporation is, so it's kind of like safer. But I also figure if everything is in one place, if I do decide at some point to take an extended break, it'll be easy to then move it in one go. And somebody said that Eve has like a good community, which is certainly something I found. Obviously, there are some people who are. I'm trying to put it politely, but there are arseholes because there's arseholes everywhere. But actually, most of the people I've run into have generally been like really positive, very helpful. I like the rookie chat. We will always be rookies in something. That's so true. We're always learning, and I really like the rookie chat, which I still follow quite a bit, because there's always something to learn, and I like to be able to like give back as well, like the very very minimal amount that I have learned. That we'd like to help. It doesn't mean we won't shoot you. That is fair. That is fair. Ooh, dropped something. Don't know what it was. I think that's fair. In fact, I was on. I'd managed to get myself roped into doing a big battle with some of my corp and alliances, and like when the guy was hilarious, he was like so like into it and really into it. But then as soon as the battle was over, he was just like switched off, back to being like friendly and normal. a huge percentage of e-players identify as helpers. Yeah, I can see that, and I certainly like the rookie chat is like full of people who want to help, and my corp chat, you can ask a question there, and there's usually somebody in there who's willing to, perhaps give a pointer or their ideas of like how to solve something. I suppose if they're destroyed, what happens to the stuff in those stations? I think this is for NPC stations. I think Anonymous that they all get destroyed as well. Daystar said that, even my perspective is a game people come back to eventually. Played a lot from 2013 to 2017. Recently came back myself. Was there anything in particular that brought you back, or you just needed a break? Was it the pandemic that brought you back? Kinjarush says it's a tight community. Yeah, I can see that. I think there's another streamer that I follow, John Roberts Robotron, who does quite a few charity things, and he was with this phrase that people are good. We can look at the news and see that there's so much hate and anger in the world, but so many people just, do want to help. What made me start? It was literally because a former worker said, "Oh, I'm surprised you don't play Eve," and I said, "What is Eve?" And then I looked it up, and then three weeks down the line, I sent him a text saying, "I hate you. Can't believe you've got me into something else to use up my time. Thank you so much." TV says the only PvP game where there's a high chance your killer is willing to send in-game money to you and a little advice whenever you realise you're a noob, bro. That actually hasn't happened to me, because I've been ganked quite a few times and no one has sent me anything. But my corp has actually always helped out. Because I don't really have a lot of this, because I'm still kind of like trying to feel out what it is that I like to do. Because it can be quite overwhelming. I know that CCP are trying to make the new player experience easier, and I joined before the first revamp, but I have tried it, the revamp, and I kind of like there's like a little bit of a story, and it does kind of like slightly ease you in, but there's still like the learning curve is quite steep. Although I suspect that for quite a few people who play, including myself, the fact that there is quite a steep learning curve is like half the fun. It's what people call like type A fun, where it's quite painful at the time, but when you're like through it, you look back and go, "Oh yeah, that was good." Anonymous just said, "For me, it's pretty random, I guess. Just less stressful job, more time to play games, I guess." Yeah, I get that. And Rag101 says, "Yes, you have to help the new bros. The learning curve can be a little heavy." I would say more than a little heavy. I would say very heavy. I think the learning curve, even with the new experience, is pretty steep. Daystar said, "Life got busy. When I went back to work, I usually would have free time in the morning and evening. I've been getting into industry. One thing I always enjoyed doing, even with the changes coming, still look forward to doing it." Yeah, life gets busy. I get that. I'm grown up, and people, things happen in your life, whether it's family or a job, and I can see that it's quite nice to have something that you can like stop for a bit and keep training. For my training queue is, as I'm sure most of yours are, about a year. I docked? I don't know, docked.
Docking request accepted.
I didn't do it. Farag said that's why corps are pretty important. They help. Of course, yeah. They give. They definitely give goals and some structure into the game. So my corp at the moment has got like a goal that we're aiming towards, which obviously I'm not going to get into. so that there are activities and things planned around that. Let me pick up this. And where to next? Where to next? I've got a blueprint and some. I might go there and pick up that blueprint. Although that's going into slightly low sec. Risky, but you know what? I'm feeling like I might take a risk. Let's do it. Let's do it. Could all end badly, but you know.
Warp drive active.
Is there a lasing miner? What the heck is a lasing miner? Is there a mining laser on my hauler though? Maybe. No, I've got a Gatling gun. World domination. Is that what my corpse after world domination? I couldn't possibly say. Wouldn't it be universe domination anyway?
Warp drive active.
I kind of think this is going to end in tears, but I'm still going to do it anyway because I like to take a risk. Only need to dominate Jita, yeah. Were any of you there when there was the protests a couple of weeks ago? That was painful. I think Daystar mentioned there are changes coming, which I've been trying to protest. Yeah, there were some protests about the changes that Daystar mentioned. They called it a protest. I called it. It looked more like a celebration. Yeah, because there were loads of fireworks going off, which was quite funny. But there were. I think that protests don't include shooting fireworks and stuff. Well, a bunch of salty people afraid of change. I mean, yeah, I haven't not really played it for very long. I can't really comment on the changes and how they're going to impact. But IST Thalak says EVE players dread change. I think a lot of people dread change. I don't think that's necessarily EVE players. Having played it with like Destiny community for I don't know. How long have I been playing Destiny? Probably about 5 years. Destiny, the moment there's a slight change, everyone is like up in arms. So it's not something that I am unfamiliar with. Let's put it like that. Yeah. Let me go to the next one.
Warp drive active.
Smart bombs. Yeah, that's true. Anonymous to say, which changes scare people the most then? Do you mean in EVE or in life? Rogue101 says, but it's natural. Yeah, change happens. That is life. Pelican TV says I could try to optimize at once, or maybe a bunch of, probably saving a few jumps that way. I probably could, Pelican TV, and I think if I wasn't streaming with about 100 people watching, I probably would. Anonymous wondered what scared people about the upcoming changes. I had a look at the spreadsheet. It's mostly to do with mining, and I think like the bonuses that various ships receive.
Warp drive active.
And Varric 101 is the industry changes that people are getting upset about at the moment. It's fine, just wanted to have a little pressure on you. Thanks, Pelican TV, much appreciated. Because this was supposed to be a very low pressure, low chill stream where I was just bimbling about. Thank you, Low Dog 4 for the follow. Yeah, Anonymous said I've heard some talk about mining yield changes. Yeah, as I said, I did have a look at like a spreadsheet. It's Eve. We love spreadsheets, right? Who doesn't love it? I love any game which means I can make a pivot table. And not having 10 years worth of history, I don't really know how it is going to impact. And plus, my sort of mining and industry is at a very low level, so I'm barely making anything at the moment. I'll do well here with my love of pivot tables. Yeah, this is why my friend was like, I'm surprised you don't make E, because it would be like right down your street. And now I curse him for. Because I didn't want anything to do with mine, but it's winter, so I'm not going out in the evenings, and there's a pandemic, etc., etc. A song, NO888 says, as the song goes on, a comedy based on endless growth is unsustainable. Yes. Yes, I have read a few articles about Eve and real world economics, which is quite interesting, as I do have a background in business and economics at a very low level, but that's not necessarily what drew me to it. Hi Steve, Alex said I had a chill stream and you directed everyone to another chill stream, you're not responsible. That's fine. A lot of the people that I follow on streamers, it all ends in chaos anyway. Eno888, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Eno888 says, how long have I been Eving Night Sky Stark? I'd probably be about 2 months, I think. So not very long. Hence why I have literally no ISK. And I'm still kind of like feeling my way around the game and the kind of opportunities that you can take, different paths, what kind of things I enjoy doing. And why my stuff is currently scattered in about 20 different stations. Hence, I am Marie Kondoing the shit out of everything at the moment. Well, when I say no, I'm just collecting it all up. I'm not even getting rid of anything at the moment, which is even worse. So now I'm just going to have a huge pile of stuff in place. But I suppose that's going to make it easier to give it away. How many times have I been cloned in those 2 months? Anonymous, how many times have I been cloned this week is probably a more accurate question to ask. In the 2 months, I've literally no idea. The first time it happened, I was like pretty devastated. And then I think I got into the mindset that basically a ship is like ammo, that you're going to lose it. But how many times have I been cloned in those 2 months? I literally have no idea. 20, maybe 30. Well, it's a lot. Let's put it this way, it's a lot. And at one point I had a really bad run of luck. But then I also got contacted by a corporation who were kind of like a bit like Neighborhood Watch, and I signed over my kill rights to them, and they dealt with some offenders because I was attacked in high sec, and they got away with it. Or I cursed them. scattered assets is part of the course. Don't worry about it. I mean, I don't worry about it, but it's more that I'm sure I've got some useful stuff hidden away, and when it's all over the place, I can't see it. Right, this is going to. You've been playing since 2005. Wow, but took a break in 2017. It's fine. Yeah. I know it's fine. I'll be honest. What it was it was supposed to be a nice chill stream. I was going to sit here. I was just before the raid. I was chatting about the various books I've been reading, because one of the things I've been doing is reading like short stories whilst I've been playing, even moving stuff about the place. I suppose better concentrate now because there is a possibility that shit might go down. Let's hope not. Okay, here we go.
Warp drive active.
Concentration. Let's hope I can get here. Nobody tell anybody. Okay, here we go. Nobody about. Okay.
Warp drive active.
We were talking about a steep learning curve earlier, and one of the things that I found really confusing is like the overview. I'm trying to work out what would be like a good setup for that. I think at the moment I've got what my corp recommended,
Docking permission requested.
and with a couple of different additions. I don't know whether it's working for me completely, so I might make some changes to that. NO8 says that warning always gets blood pumping, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Verag 101 says they has a spring clean every now and again. Try to haul stuff to Jita. Yeah, I think that probably will be what I do in the end. Right. Did I not get rid of that? Oh, that's stupid. Okay. I don't know why I've got militant. I think that must have been from a mission. Okay. Where to now? It looks like I'm near Cat, so I'm going to head there and pick up some stuff there.
Warp drive active.
Amalio Second says, watching videos about using the med cloak trick if you're hauling through low sec. If you're Omega. Yes, I am at Omega. And I have heard about that. So that's definitely something that I'm going to look into. I haven't really been doing a lot of low sec hauling. Mostly because
Warp drive active.
I died quite a lot trying to do that. So I've kind of been staying away from that. But it's something I will look into if I want to carry on doing hauling. Amalia second says it will save my ass. I've missed out on so many skills from people using that trick. Oh, so many kills. Yes, I can imagine that the case, having died spectacularly multiple times. So I will, I've got a list of things to do in Eve. This is why I like Eve. It gives me, I love to-do lists. I like stationery and nice pens. So I'm going to add this onto my to-do list. MWD trick. Varrock 101 says, did my corp help onboard you much? I see they suggested an overview package and they talk about skill plans, any ship fitting advice, that sort of thing. Yes, they did. They do have, and I don't think this is giving too much away about skill plans, but we do have, as you can see here, the ones with AO, that's my corp. They've got some skill plans there, and there's some others which I have already completed. They've also got like a whole bunch of like recommended fits as well, which I do have some of those. This isn't, although this actual fitting was suggested by somebody in my corps. Although most of the fits I can't do yet because I still need to do the skills to do those up. But they've been pretty good. They've been like super helpful in like answering any stupid questions. Well, not that any question is stupid. Varag 101 says, yeah, there's a lot to learn about almost every aspect of the game. Yes, and it's interesting that CCP are overhauling. Well, I say overhauling. I think they're renaming some things to make it more obvious that like this is where you should go next after doing the like introduction. The problem I found was after doing those career agents was what to do next. I know that they have this thing called opportunities, but when you do that straight after the career agents, it's a little bit confusing, I find, because you keep thinking there's going to be some kind of like reward, but they're not. They're just suggestions. And I know like the standard thing is to say to people to do the Sisters of Eve arc, which I started doing, but I haven't finished. I'm not sure if there's a better way to like point people in the direction, just because being like a sandbox, that it's just so open. But I think just the sheer openness of it can be really overwhelming. Amalia second says, also joining like an English help channel gets great place to learn new stuff. Yes, I'm actually in the rookie help channel still, and I still have a look in there because somebody usually comes up with like some question that I've never even thought about. They made, and I Steve Alex says they made an entirely new player experience tutorial. Yes, and I have actually done that. That tutorial started after I'd started this character, and I actually created a new character so that I could try that tutorial, and I thought it was quite interesting. It's still quite limited though, but I felt that it explained some things more than it did originally, which is quite good. Oh yes.
Drive active.
Icy said, when you're starting space, the ship with a snucker were telling you good luck. Anonymous said, I worked towards the Sisters of Eve epic arc after that, I think that seems to be what is suggested. I think certainly in the rookie help, that's certainly what is suggested. And possibly on Eve University as well. I'm not sure. Amani said, good tip, keep local open in a separate unstacked window. I can do that. I can unstack the windows. Oh. Okay, that's unstacking chat windows. Another thing to add to my to-do list. See, this is great. I'm learning so much. And then watch videos on how to use the directional scan, D-scan. Yes.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
Pelican TV, so you probably will know this, but there's a a lot of information on. Yep, Eve University. I keep reading everything I can. Yes. Yeah, the Eve University's got a lot. I also tend to be quite a visual learner, so I tend to watch a lot of YouTube videos, just because I find that's the best way for me to learn. But everyone learns differently. IC Thalax says, tip: if you see coloured text in the help channels, there's usually CCP developers, GMs or ICD volunteers. That is a good tip. I've got a whole load of rubbish here. I've still got plenty of space though, so let's travel onwards. What are we near to now? Ooh, some Hobgoblin 2s. Okay. Let's go there. Anyway, Tate says, when we started we didn't even have a skill queue. We had to set the alarm at 2 AM. Oh no. Oh, I don't think I'd have enjoyed that. Though I used to work night shift, so maybe that would have worked for me. Anonymous is a permaband cap. Is that good? Bad? I don't know what that means. I'm not even sure where it came from. Thank you very much for the follow, Kinji Roshi and Daystar and the one and only Sidar and Nithuga. And anyone else that I've missed. Thank you so much. Check out Eventon on YouTube. Okay, I'll add that to my list. I've got like homework now. Oh, this pen stopped working. I thought Destiny was bad about giving me stuff that I needed to like learn outside of the game, but Eve's like a whole different level. Amalia Second says, rebinding D-scan to spacebar is handy too. So I'm going to be mashing D-scan a lot. I also see your D-scan is locked to 90 degrees. Keep it on 14 alien and 36 for the most part. Okay. Again, D-scan 90 degrees. 14 AU and 360. And remap to space. Yeah, I can see that actually remapping to spacebar would probably be a good idea. So I think that's something that I will look into tomorrow. Large Crave Zero says the best advice is just undocking things you can't afford to replace. Yeah, I know that's like an Eve aphorism, isn't it? Don't fly anything that you can't replace. Which is a pretty good advice. Anonymous says, when's the exam? Isn't that every day an exam in Eve? Let me tell you a funny story about Sinashua Fields and Doomsday devices. Pelican TV says I'm gonna need a bigger notebook. Yes. Well, I've got like this huge, I don't think there's anything on it. I've got a huge like plan. It's actually a daily plan for work, but I haven't been using it because it's been quite quiet at work. Bye, Amalio. Second, thank you so much for stopping by and for the follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah, check up on me, see where I've got to. Probably still trying to gather all my stuff up. Thank you, Frosty's OP. Hello, Night. Hello, Hoppy. Thank you for the follow as well. Everybody for the follows. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Well, it's evening for me. It's possibly not evening where you are.
Warp drive active.
Anonymous said you're in Belgium. I hope Belgium is doing okay. Ristio Typher says I just say morning at each time of day. That seems very fair. It's good morning somewhere.
Warp drive active.
Anonymous said lots of COVID cases though. What's new? Yeah. Yep, lots of COVID cases, but well, I'm double vaxxed. I've got my vaccine booster booked in for next month. I also have my flu jab as well, so fingers crossed. I still wear masks pretty much most places, so I've been very, very fortunate not to get COVID. Quite a few of my friends have not been so fortunate, but because they've been vaccinated, they have not suffered as badly as perhaps they might have done. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Can I put those in my tray bay? No, because I've got too many now. Farag says, I hope Turkey Day is going well in America. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to anyone from the USA who is there, who is celebrating it. I hope you're enjoying your turkey and cranberry and sweet potato and marshmallow, which to me sounds horrendous, but I'm sure it's delicious. Pelican TV says, evening in Italy too. I hope Italy is treating you well, Pelican TV. Large Crave Zero says, just say no to COVID if you're out in public and see it. No, exactly. I don't want COVID. I'm trying to avoid it wherever possible. I've got some more minerals to pick up there, and okay, let's go there. I do wonder if Eve saw a huge influx of new bros as a result of COVID, with people staying home more. I don't know. It certainly encouraged me to be playing more, because normally, well, I was always playing Destiny, but normally what I like to do is play board games with my friends, which at the moment has been not possible. So this is kind of like a substitute. It's not really the same. I've polluted the universe 3 jumps for some metal scrap. I should be ashamed. I feel ashamed. But there were other things as well, and those metal scraps are going straight back into the recycling, so it's fine. It's fine. All part of the plan, I see, Pelican TV. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a plan. It's definitely not just random jumping. There's definitely a plan. I wish somebody would tell me the plan, but there's definitely a plan. I don't even remember going to half of these places. I must have gone to some of them for maybe some missions or something.
permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, let's have a look. And this one. See, more than just metal scraps. I've got one metal scrap. What? Why? Why? Pelican TV says that happens to me all the time as well. How can I have 6 ships in Kalapupurashi? I can't even say that, thanks. System, and where the hell is that exactly? I have no idea. I think it's mostly from just gallivanting around. Okay. Let's go there and just pick up. See, I'm slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. Yeah, so before everybody so kindly raided, I was having a little chat about some of the things that that I do when I play Eve. If I'm doing something that's not necessarily requiring full attention, like 100% of the time. So if I'm doing something like this, where I'm like jumping from station to station, I've been reading books, particularly short stories, because I've found, I don't know whether anybody else has found this, but I found that during the pandemic my attention span has suffered quite a bit, and I quite like being able to pick up a book and like read a couple of pages and then go back and do something else in Eve, and then when I've done that task in Eve, then go back and read a bit more of the book. I'm kind of using it as sort of like almost like gamifying the Pomodoro method. I don't know if anybody else does any sort of other sort of activities whilst they're having a chill time on Eve at all. Varagon wants to say, I don't have time to read anymore. Oh, that is really sad. I found that my reading habits have changed, particularly during the pandemic. So like I mentioned, I found that my attention span is not as good as it used to be. And it's meant that I found reading a little bit more difficult. Varagon 1 Audible is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with audiobooks. They're a perfectly valid way to read. I'm definitely not one of those people who thinks that the only way to read is to own their own personal library. I think Audible audiobooks are a great way to read, particularly if you've got a busy lifestyle. I like to listen to them if I'm driving in the car. I used to listen to them shortly before going to bed, but I found I kept dropping off quite quickly, and then I would forget where I'd got to, and I would just end up listening to the same 5 minutes again and again, which wasn't making me progress. You just wish you had the time? Yeah, I get that. Life can be like really busy sometimes, and like making, just literally having the time to do something for yourself like that can be like really, really difficult. I think that's why I quite liked reading short stories, because some of them, the particular ones I'm reading at the moment, like they're really quite short and you can read them in like just a few minutes. N088 Day says, you got yourself a Quest 2. I don't know what Quest 2 is. And now you're ripping through Beat Saber. I have seen Beat Saber. Oh, I still don't know what Quest 2 is. You might have to tell me. But I have seen people playing Beat Saber. That's fun. That looks amazing fun, doesn't it? I love dancing. And like anything with lightsabers is cool, right? Yeah, of course it is. Is Quest 2 like the system that it uses? I've never heard of it. I'm clearly I'm not with it anymore. Clearly, I have to like admit defeat that I'm not a youngster. I know that. My niece know that. It's the VR thing, the Oculus Quest. Oh, yes, Oculus. Of course, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I've had to go on one of those VR things. It was quite weird. I remember the VR headsets that they were like trying to use in like the 90s, which were terrible. But these ones are not bad. And it's just, okay, great. That makes it a lot easier to say. Varag101 says they still haven't tried VR yet. I tried one of those, was it Google Cardboard? Yeah, I think it was one of the Google Cardboard VRs, which was, I think, compared to like the ones that are around, like the Oculus Quest 2, it was quite rudimentary, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's just amazing how quickly things have like improved and started to show, short space of time. But I can say that about anything really. You would have loved to have tried Eve Valkyrie. What's Eve Valkyrie? I haven't heard of that. I've seen that there was there's like a mobile version of Eve. Is it like a VR version of Eve? Tell me some more about Eve Valkyrie. Valkyrie is their VR fighter style game. Oh, that's cool. Ina says you haven't been in Verge Vendor in a decade. That was your starter region for moving to Sanct Liaison. Yeah, I'm in Verge Vendor quite a bit. Because I think like you, that Verge Vendor must have been my starter. I can't even remember now. It's only been 2 months and I can't remember. That's terrible. I think that must have been like my starter area as well. So I'm there fairly often. So Valkyrie is the VR game for Oculus. Okay, that'd be interesting. Maybe I need to check that out as well. I'm not going to put that on my to-do list though. So what kind of things do you listen to on Audible, Varag? I've got quite a long... I read quite a few things on the Kindle. My Kindle TBR is huge at the moment.
Drive active.
You lived in Villora when you were a high sec many moons ago. Are you strictly low sec now or null sec? You're a sci-fi fan. Great. Who's your favourite author? What kind of things do you like to read? Ian M. Banks, classic. Absolute classic. I'm trying to think who I kind of like. I used to read a lot of fantasy when I was teen. I read a lot of Anne McCaffrey, a lot of dragons. The most recent sci-fi stuff that I've been reading was what's her name? It's Becky Chambers, and her universe, which is quite interesting, not badly written. A lot of sort of like spaceships and aliens. Oh, you run a wormhole called Farag. Okay, that makes sense then. Ina says, I'm Galen Taster, and you started part, so you're guessing I probably started in Verge Vendors, yes. Yes, I think I probably did. You haven't heard of Becky Chambers, worth a look. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't like compare with Ian and Banks, but if you're looking for something different to read, it wasn't bad. I would say it's quite. I was trying to think of it's very LGBT friendly. There's also interspecies relationship, which if that is not your thing, I would say avoid that, because I know that for some people that's not definitely not their thing. It was worth it. It was. I enjoyed it enough that I'm probably going to get her other books. I'm assuming that Becky is a she. I'm going to probably borrow her other books from the library. I enjoyed it enough. It was quite easy to read. I like original Aliens. You might enjoy it then. I would say if you've got a chance to get it out of the library, I would. I probably wouldn't buy it. I think I find it certainly better than. Oh, what am I doing? I enjoyed it more than some of the other things I've read. I was at before the raid. I was actually talking about A Winter Visitor, which was something that I saw recommended on TikTok. Don't ask me. I know I'm nearly 15 on TikTok. It doesn't work, which I really didn't enjoy at all. So I enjoyed it more than that. You're tempted to read the Foundation series again, which is I feel like a terrible nerd that I've never read the Foundation series. Why am I here? I've got nothing here. What am I doing? Where am I going? Nobody knows. That is where I'm meant to go. Varag says Foundation is a saga, good but long. Yeah. And I really do need to read Dune as well. I saw the Dune film at the cinema, which I really enjoyed. And
Warp drive active.
I think I would probably enjoy the books, but I know that they are definitely a saga. Yeah, Rizio Type says very long, especially if you include the prequels and sequels. Yeah, I know that Foundation is like a huge stack of books. Eno says Off Armageddon Reef is a pretty rough gem that I actually enjoyed. I don't know Off Armageddon Reef. That's not part of the Foundation series, is it? You've read the 6 books maybe 20 oh, Dune. Yeah. You've read the 6 books 20 times. Wow, okay. Absolutely worth it. That is a great recommendation then. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Did you watch the film at the cinema at all? Have you seen it? I would definitely say it's very beautiful to look at. I mean, the cinematography is wonderful. I mean, it's really, like, the scope of it's worth seeing on the big screen if you can. I know there's a lot of people who saw it twice, you absolutely loved it and hated it. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I can understand why you loved and hated it, and I think it's very much. Well, I got to the end and I was like, I can't believe I've got to now wait. What is it, 2 years until I see the next one, because it wasn't enough of the story, which I think is a good sign, that the fact that I'm left wanting more. Varric says good sci-fi is really hard to do. Yes, I would agree with that. Good sci-fi is really hard to do. Why sci-fi? I got so much stuff here. It's all rubbish as well. And have I got anything there? Nope. Let's get rid of those. Trash it. Eno says Denny says he made half of the first book in there. No, he made maybe 1/4 of the first book, and he left a lot of important scenes and characters. You've seen the film then? Yes, I have seen the film. I would be tempted to go back and see it again if it's still on at the cinema, because I really did enjoy it. And having not read the books, I don't know whether that oh, Navitas there. I'm not going to go pick that up. I don't know whether that was a good thing or a bad thing that I haven't seen it, because it meant that I wasn't expecting things to happen or to be there that weren't there, or vice versa. where should I go next? But I would agree that sci-fi is really difficult to do well. Oh, let's go there. It is really difficult to do well. I mean, there are a lot of good sci-fi films, but there are a lot of terrible sci-fi films out there as well. Really bad. I know a lot of people, particularly the youngsters, were complaining because Zendaya featured quite heavily in all the trailers for the Dune film, and not really a spoiler to tell you this, but she's not really in it a great deal. In fact, most of her scenes are in the trailer. But then I don't think I was the target audience for trailers that featured Zendaya. But yeah, I can't wait to see the next one. And it definitely, the fact that it made me want to go and read the books, I think is a good sign as well. Pelican TV says movie adaptations are always controversial and tricky. People expect to want one copy of the book, even though it could be something worse. Yeah, I think that's really true. And I don't think that you can't ever get the same. And also, film and books are like completely different media. You can't and you shouldn't have a one-to-one for them. They don't work in the same way. You haven't seen June yet. Oh, sorry for the spoiler, Anonymous Mustard. Although if you were thinking of going to see it because Zendaya is in it and you're a big Zendaya fan, she's not really in it a great deal. But so maybe that's a good thing that I've told you that. Ina says, I couldn't imagine the perspective, having read the book so many times. For the movies, it'd be interesting hearing your view after you read the book. Okay, maybe that is my challenge, that I'm going to read the Dune book. I know it's quite a chunky boy. I know he is, as the kids say, he is thick. But having enjoyed the film, maybe that would be more incentive for me to read it. The last big boy that I read was the Priory of the Orange Tree, which was like I borrowed the hardback from the library, and it was literally like this big. I couldn't read it because I like to read in bed, and I couldn't read it in bed because it was just so heavy that there was danger of me losing my grip and breaking my nose. And it was okay, but overall. Pelican TV saw the old Dune movie, and you read the first book a couple of times. I haven't seen the old Dune movie. I don't know why, because it seems like the kind of thing that I should have watched. And it's got Carl McLachlan in, and I loved him in Twin Peaks. Pelican TV says David Lynch madness. Yeah, I really like David Lynch, so I'm really surprised. I do not know why I've never watched the old Dune. When you were in high school, your best friend was always talking about the Dune book, so I kind of have to go watch that movie. I would watch it with an open mind. I think you need to bear in mind, it does say right at the very beginning that it's part one, and I know some people apparently miss the fact that it's part one, and it's very much a part one. That nothing is like wrapped up nicely. But as I was like aware of that from the beginning, I didn't get to the end. I was like, I can't believe there's nothing more. It was more like, I can't believe I've got to wait now. Because for some reason I thought that they had filmed them concurrently, but they haven't filmed anything for the next part at all. I suppose because of some things like, do you remember the His Dark Materials trilogy film where that was like totally hyped up and then the film flopped? I suspect they probably didn't want to run that kind of risk. And Varag One says, got Patrick Stewart in it. Yeah, I know, I'm a big Star Trek Next Gen fan. And I honestly do not know why I've never watched Dune. I think because so many people slagged it off and said it was a terrible film. You know, so the audiobook is very well done. You could get away with I don't get away with. I personally believe that listening to an audiobook is a perfectly valid way of reading. It's like 99% of the book's content. Okay, is it a single narrator, you know, or is it like multiple narrators doing like different characters? Not that either is better or worse, just different. One of my favourite audiobooks is Sabriel by Garth Nix. That's read by Tim Curry. Tim Curry is, oh, he has such a voice. Do you know who reads the audiobook, Eno? It's narrated by a lot of people excellently too. Okay. I'm going to leave that one. There's a compact drone there.
Warp drive active.
The first book is 21 hours long. Wow. I always say something to do over the Christmas break, but I'm actually working at Christmas, so I will not be having 21 hours to spend. Pelican TV says, Wayne June reading Lovecraft is the only one I listen to. I'm trying to think what other ones I've listened to recently. I've got an Amazon Alexa, and I used to get a free audiobook each month, but they stopped doing that, which was a bit of a shame. Now, I don't have a current Audible subscription. Obviously, I've still got all of the previous ones. Oh, I know. I was listening to the Rivers of London by is it Ben Aronovich? Oh my gosh, the guy who reads that has got the most beautiful voice. If you haven't read Rivers of London and you like, I wouldn't say it's sci-fi, it's probably more urban fantasy, I think. The Rivers of London one is definitely worth checking out. Pelican TV says, give it a go, Wayne June is the voice. Okay. I haven't read any Lovecraft actually. I've played, where I mentioned about board gaming, I've played some like the Eldritch Horror stuff, which is obviously based on Lovecraft. So maybe I would like it. I know he has some kind of like, how do you put it, slightly problematic views. But I'd probably perhaps still give it a listen. Varric says, you've got a friend who's a big Lovecraft fan. I know a lot of people are.
Permission requested.
That wasn't worth it, was it? Yeah, I know a lot of people are like super into Lovecraft, and I know there's been, certainly in like the board game world, there've been a lot of like games to do with like Lovecraft. There was like a version of Pandemic based on Lovecraft, I think. Ina says, your last book was the first part of the Sandman. Oh, Neil Gaiman. Oh my gosh, I love those graphic novels so much. I've read the comics beforehand and I realised it would have felt so weird if I hadn't. Yeah, I mean, I've heard like really good things about the Sandman ones, because I know that they've got like it's like a full cast, isn't it, of people doing the reading. But I don't know. It just feels weird. Like, how do you do a graphic novel as an audiobook? Because so much of it is in the so much of it is in the graphics and the pictures, and that can't necessarily be conveyed with words. But like the cast is really good. You're so excited for the second part to come out. Season of Missing, my absolute favourite read, and now I'll get to listen to it. I'm trying to think which one of them is my favourite. I like death, so anything with death in it has got to be a favourite. Pelican Tiffany, know it. Kapow, kapow, kapow. Yeah. And I love the covers as well. Is it Dave McLean? Like his covers, they're beautiful as well. Yeah, I definitely need to give the Sandman ones a go. Definitely need to give those a go. Just speaking about like graphic novels and comics, I still don't know how I feel about the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus, because I really like Matt Fraction and what he did, and I don't know how I feel, because like the Hawkeye that's in like the Avengers is quite different from the Hawkeye that's in like Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye, and I'm guessing they're going to have to make some like character changes to fit it in, but I don't see how that's going to work. And I kind of fell off the Avengers, the Marvel Universe train a while back, and I haven't really been persuaded to get back on it yet. Frag says, I feel the superhero stuff is a little overdone at this point. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I fell off it. There was just so much. It just seemed like every other week there was like a new film to watch or a new TV show. I literally just couldn't. I couldn't keep up anymore. Just your opinion was perfectly fine opinion to have, Varag. I don't think it's a bad opinion to have. I would probably agree with that. I think that because the Avengers did so well, I think a lot of other people like hopped on board like the superhero train, and some of it is okay, some of it is not so okay. Superhero the New Zombies, yes. Pelican TV, yes, because everyone was all over zombies, I believe that, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and that's kind of like fallen off the wayside now. I mean, there was some good zombie stuff. I watched like the first few series of The Walking Dead, and there was another zombie show, oh my gosh, what was it? Oh, it was kind of like a slightly funnier. That was quite a good show. I need to get back on that. I think there was only like 2 or 3 series of that one. But yeah, I would definitely agree that superheroes are more zombies, but I think there doesn't really seem to be any sign of it slowing down at the moment, and it kind of feels like it's churning them out. I think that's what I would say. Hi, greetings, Cody Kiorina. I apologise if I have said your name incorrectly. He says if I want a not safe for work visual novel recommendation, I'm always up for that. The Black Moon Chronicles. It's medieval, it's bloody gruesome, there's some demons and sex in there too. Interesting, Black Moon Chronicles. That sounds fun actually. I'm definitely up for a not safe for work one. I really enjoyed Sex Criminals, which is a really good comic if you were into, as the name suggests, not safe for work stuff. Try again. Every English speaker can't. Spanish name. I know, I didn't do Spanish at school. I did French, German, Latin, and I'm currently studying Swedish. Spanish, I have no knowledge of. So, I'm lost. Codi Chiarina? Or the Chiarian? Codi Chiarena? Maybe. I'm lost. I'm very lost. Codicia Greed Reina. Queen. Oh, Reina. Oh, Reina's in Queen. Yeah, okay. Oh. There are some Lancers there. Hopefully they won't spot me. Why would anyone want to learn Swedish? I really like Stockholm.
Drive active.
That's really the only reason, because I really like Sweden, and I would have considered moving there if it hadn't been for Brexit, which I did not vote for. But let's not go there because it would just make me angry and upset. Share your in-game names, Knight. My in-game name is Aste Delacourt. Ingo says the main character is absolutely not a good person. This isn't your typical hero's journey. It's a refreshing change. Okay, that really sounds like something I would enjoy. Black Moon Chronicles. I sound like a CEO. Aste Delacourt. Maybe. I don't know what CEO sounds like. Oh, public kill rights are not even a suicide gank needed? No.
Drive active.
You already had my Z kill quarter 40 minutes ago. And you can see how many times I've died, which is a lot. Yes, my deaths have been definitely a learning experience. I don't judge. No, well, hey, we all started somewhere. And some of them have definitely been, why did I do that? Why did I go into no and nullsec? And then I do it again. It apparently takes me a couple of goes at doing that and failing miserably for me to learn. Can you link it? You can try. I don't know whether I set it so that... Oh, yeah, I can. How do new players fare these days? I don't know how I compare with like your typical new player. Probably poorly, I would imagine. Absolutely cracks me up. There's somebody in the cruiser called Basil Fawlty. You're a new player recruiting CR, so you're doing very well. I'm doing okay. I think I've learned what I'm currently capable of, and what I can do, and what I should not do. Ina says, can you swear here? Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with swearing. You have a great activity level, which is an important factor, and you live within your means. Yeah, at one point I was pushing it too much, but I think I've sort of like found like a balance at the moment, and I found like a few activities which are allowing me to like build up some reserves as well. And whilst I'm not necessarily, this is probably the longest I played in quite a while, but I've been doing like smaller things and just building up my confidence and like knowing where everything goes like on the screen and like how to like operate things as well. Ina says, good, what the absolute fuck are codes still doing existing in use, or they ganked you? I no idea. I think was that quite recently, and I think I got contacted by someone who was kind of like acting like a neighbourhood watch, who bought my kill rights off me and went after them. I think. I've been ganked so many times I don't remember now. Code change name. Maybe I need to look that up and see who they are. But yeah, there was definitely like a group of them who were. They're called Safety now. That Safety rings a bell. Yeah, there was definitely like a group of them who. I think it was in high sec that I wasn't really doing anything much, and they went after me. And because they hit me so hard and fast, Concord couldn't do anything about it, and that's when the corp that were kind of acting as like a neighbourhood watch went after them and got them. Yeah, Safety. Yes, but if it's Safety, it would have an E in it, so I'm going to call them Safety. Do they deserve to be called Safety? No, Safety. Oh, Safety, you can't spell. I'm going to call them Safety then. Ina says they call themselves Elena Kazaki as far as I'm concerned. They're just a bunch of mafia wannabes, yeah. Boring. Cody says, Varag, the fuck you own a corp of 300 plus people like a rock star. Well, there you go. I'm in the presence of greatness. Varag says that you run it, but it's not a rock star occupation. It is what you want. If you want to be a rock star, you can be a rock star. It's more like a daycare for middle-aged men. That's the main thing, that you have fun. Ina says, you didn't stop to ask what we're doing when walking around collecting assets. That is exactly what I'm doing, I am walking around the various places that I have stashed stuff because I was too lazy to walk organise it properly, and collect them all up again. In fact, I think I'm going to head back to Oripo and do a final drop off of stuff. Pelican TV says, thank you so much for the chat and everyone have a great stream night. Thank you. Goodbye Pelican TV. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. It's been lovely chatting to you as well. Hope to see you again soon. And in fact, I am going to be heading back to Oripo and I'm going to dump the stuff, and I'm probably going to be thank you for the follow, Varag 101. I'm probably going to be wrapping it up shortly. You're welcome, Varag 101. Thank you very much for stopping by and for chatting. I've enjoyed it. Ina says, to make your interface less cluttered, you can hide passive modules. The menu button under your speed up. Oh my gosh, so there is. I'd never even noticed that. My eyesight is obviously too bad to see that. Great tip. Another one to add to my to-do list. Thank you, Eno. Menu under speedo. Passive. Yes, because I don't really care about those. See, learning so much tonight. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So I guess I should probably think about raiding into someone when I finish this in a bit. If anyone has any suggestions of anyone to raid into, I'm very willing to hear from them, because I don't actually follow anyone who streams Eve, and I'm trying to see who on my regular list that I generally follow is up and doing anything. A few bits and bobs. Some just chatting. Yes, if anyone has any suggestions of anyone to raid into, I will gladly look into those. Mr. Unlucky. Mr. Unlucky. I would also follow him myself. He's a bro. Okay. Let me have a look. Let's see if
Drive active.
okay, yeah. We'll see if I can raid into them. you know, so there's a guy that filmed quite a few movies in game. They're called Clear Skies 1, 2, and 3 if you want to watch. They're uploaded to EOH Poke on YouTube. Really fun. Oh, something, another thing to check out. I've also got to try and work out how to raid now.
Warp drive active.
Maybe I was trying. I'm also in the EU, so I'm not going to be around. That is really kind of you to ask that. But you'll have to tell me all about it when I next stream.
Warp drive active.
I also fear I may die quite spectacularly. Tomorrow night you can stay up. I was going to beta because it's the weekend.
Docking request accepted.
Right, folks. Thank you so much for the raid and for everyone who has followed and has chatted. It's been really lovely to speak to you all. I've now got to work out how to do this. You have a wonderful evening too, Daystar, and yeah, hopefully I will be streaming again soon. And I think we're going to try and raid into Mr. Lucky. I'm just going to... I hope this works. If it doesn't, we can manually raid into there. But thank you all so much for watching and for all your hints and tips. I've now got a very long list of things to do, and I hope to see you all soon on stream, or if not, in game. And hope you have a great evening or a day if you're not in the this European time zone. And see you again soon. Is this gonna work? We'll never know. Yes, it did work. But thank you all so much. And thank you for the follows and for my very long to-do list.
up. So there you go. Cheers, Stellar, dude. Cheers, Stellar. Shout out yourself, dude. Good man. So, Bio, the easiest way is to do copy this setup, okay? So this planet, just for instance, right? If we go here, this one is making these customer electronics, okay? Okay. Yeah, you have to have it, dude. Otherwise, it's gonna stay there. You know what I mean? So here's the list that I used to set up the PI. Okay. So this way I'm making. This one is. Okay, so this is extracting non-CS on this planet.